Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 233. If you are writing a book or thinking about it or trying to finish a book that you started at one point in time in your life, or maybe you need help reaching more readers to let them know about your book, you're in the right place. Good morning. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., I-N-K, like the stuff you write with, christine-inc.com. Every day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 18 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have learned that 3 things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author. And these 3 things can take someone who doesn't even really see themselves as a writer and turn them into a published author. They are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Writing is a form of therapy. Sometimes I wonder how all those who do not write, compose, or paint can manage to escape the madness, melancholia, the panic fear which is inherent in a human situation. Graham Greene. All right, well, this weekend, if you're listening live, again, good morning. It's Saturday, November 30th. So this weekend is the first official holiday shopping weekend of the year with things like Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and then Cyber Monday. So rather than, talk about my usual subjects, how to write and finish your book and promote your book to your readers like I usually talk about, I thought I'd share some fun gift ideas for writers today. And if you're now asking, but I am a writer, so why are you giving me ideas on gifts to buy myself? Well, here's a thought. Somehow make sure a gift buyer in your life, for instance, your spouse, gets a hold of this episode. So now, speaking to all the loved ones of writers who are now listening to this episode, hello, welcome. And here are some shopping ideas for you to make the writer in your life ecstatically happy about this holiday season. So here's some great gift ideas for writers. And just this is speaking, from my own personal experience of stuff that I would love to get for the holidays. Books, obviously. So speaking again to the writers, why not share your reading wish list with your loved ones, whether via Goodreads or Amazon or simply a list? That way they don't have to guess as to what you want to read. And I personally find that sometimes it's more exciting to get an actual book for Christmas than, Amazon gift cards. Those are nice and everything like that. But there's something about getting a book as a gift that is very exciting. And it's great, even bonus points if your loved ones in your life know the kinds of books that you like to read and they can surprise you. So books are always great gifts for writers. Another personal favorite, notebooks, pens, and journals. Now, even for the biggest tech enthusiasts of writers, because, so people that just live and die by their devices, writers love notebooks and pens and journals. This is my, constant theory because that's where we brainstorm. That's where we just kind of freestyle and we journal. So there's a lot of things that devices can't accomplish. So, again, to the people who are potentially buying gifts for the writer in your life, don't just say, okay, this person is so obsessed with, devices. I don't even know what they would do with a notebook and pen. Trust me, writers find value in notebooks and pens and journals because that's where we have real creative fun. Especially if it's a fancy one. Now, I personally know that I won't splurge on such fanciness for myself normally to buy fancy notebooks and fancy journals and fancy pens. I kind of stick to the cheap pens and the 5-subject notebooks because they get the job done. So fancy writing notebooks, pens, and journals is my recommendation. The next one falls under the category of creative entertainment, things that can inspire creativity and help solve writer's block in some situations. So think about things like tickets to museums, shows, movies, dance shows, ballets, circuses, anything to do with creativity and show form, the theater, anything like that. So think about things, a lot of times people would think about that as a gift for a writer. It's like, why would I give museum tickets, passes to a museum to a writer in my life? Well, for me personally, wandering around a museum gives me massive amounts of inspiration. So think outside the realm of writing and think about gifts that can inspire creativity in the writer in your life. And of course, anything related to coffee. Most of us are pretty obsessed with coffee. Gift cards, coffee mugs, t-shirts about coffee, being caffeinated, anything to do with coffee is always a hit with writers. And things related to being a slightly eccentric person who likes to get cozy and get in the writing cave and writers, we take our kind of writing rituals and our writing cave days very seriously. So think about just anything that would add a little bit of fun and, again, kind of a ritual to the writer in your life, to their writing, like their writing activities and their writing rituals. This might be like funky socks or candles, hats, scarves. My husband once got me a Harry Potter scarf and hat, and I thought that was the coolest thing. So that became kind of like, I added that to my writing cave ritual to put on my Harry Potter gear before I would work on my writing. So you get the idea, kind of fun, whimsical, creative things that they can add to their writing ritual. Remember that as writers, we're mostly introverted dorks and we like our writing ritual. So give us cool stuff to mix in to those days. And of course, anything related to reading, bookmarks, lights to read by in bed. When we're not writing, we're generally reading or drinking coffee or thinking about drinking coffee, but anything related to reading. So I hope you get all sorts of fun writer and book themed things this holiday season. I hope this gives you some ideas, even if, for the writers listening to this, maybe these are some ideas that you can hint to your loved ones for gifts this holiday season. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I'm helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. Be sure and drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook as well as LinkedIn to say hello and let us all know how we can support you in your book writing project. Inc. Authors on Facebook and LinkedIn. Thank you, and until tomorrow, happy writing.